the beginning, and you were one of the pioneers in the video wave that came for BET.
Absolutely.
That changed everything.
I started in 92, 91 with Crisscross back in the day. I was the first female rapper to ever
So
sell a
now
million.
Lissaray has just dropped a bombshell about her sister Brat's wife, Jessica Judy Depart, and it is shaking up everything we thought we knew about their marriage. For the longest time, Judy has been painted as the supportive, loving partner who swooped in to take care of Brat when she needed her most. But according to Lissaray, that image is nothing more than smoke and mirrors. She claims Judy hasn't been the sweet, caring wife that fans believed. Instead, Lisa says Judy has been manipulative, controlling, and even physically abusive behind closed doors. And to prove her point, she's come with receipts that could change the way the public views their relationship forever. Lissaray didn't mince words. She says Judy has not only put her hands on Brat during their marriage, but has also used money as a weapon to control her. This isn't just gossip, it's serious. We're talking about allegations of violence, financial manipulation, and emotional abuse. And if these claims are true, then Brat's marriage might not be the fairy tale the world was led to believe. Now, let's break this down. For years, Judy has been showering Brat with gifts and luxuries in front of the cameras. Fans saw it as her way of spoiling her wife and showing her love. Designer clothes, expensive cars, lavish vacations, you name it, Judy was providing it. At first, it looked like she was being supportive, especially since Brat had openly struggled financially. Many remember when Brat filed for bankruptcy years ago. It was no secret she was trying to bounce back, and Judy seemed like the knight in shining armor who stepped in at the perfect time. But Lissaray says that armor came with heavy strings attached. Judy isn't just a businesswoman, she's the founder of Kaleidoscope Hair Products, a company worth around $40 million. That's serious money, and it gave her all the power in the relationship. While Brat was working to rebuild her life and career, Judy was calling all the shots financially. It was like a game of Monopoly where Judy owned every property, and Brat was just trying to make it around the board. According to Lissaray, Judy wasn't just helping Brat, she was financially supporting her entire family. She allegedly provided for Brat's mother, for Judy's own children from previous relationships, and even handled Brat's household expenses. On the surface, that might sound generous, but Lisa says Judy used this financial support as leverage. As long as Brat stayed in line and followed Judy's lead, the money kept flowing. But the moment she didn't, Judy allegedly pulled the rug out from under her. And here's the shocking part, Lisa claims Judy has even withdrawn support from Brat for basic needs. We're not just talking about luxury cars or designer handbags. We're talking about day-to-day necessities. Imagine already coming out of bankruptcy, trying to rebuild your finances, only to be trapped in a relationship where your partner controls every dollar you have access to. What once looked like a lifeline started to feel more like a chain keeping Brat stuck. That's what Lisa is painting this as a golden handcuff situation. It might look glamorous on the outside, but behind the scenes, it's suffocating. And if you thought financial manipulation was bad, Lissaray went even further. She claims Judy has physically assaulted Brat on multiple occasions since the very beginning of their relationship. Let that sink in, physical violence from the person who is supposed to love and protect you. According to Lisa, the situation escalated so badly that Judy even allegedly set Brat up to be jumped and beaten. That's not just betrayal, that's devastating. To think that the person you share your life with might be the same one putting you in danger is chilling. Now, fans can't help but compare these claims to the public image Judy and Brat have carefully crafted online. On Instagram, they've always looked so in love, posting pictures of their vacations, cuddling together, celebrating milestones with their baby boy. True, they've been the definition of couple goals for so many people. But if what Lisa is saying is true, then we've all been watching an illusion. It's like finding out your favorite romantic comedy is actually a horror story once the cameras stop rolling. Let's be clear, these are still allegations. Nothing has been proven in court, but even hearing these kinds of claims is enough to make fans question everything they've seen. Because one thing is true, when someone controls your money and allegedly uses violence against you, leaving that situation isn't simple. It's not just a matter of packing a bag and walking away. It's like being trapped in quicksand. The harder you struggle, the deeper you sink. And Brat's recent public comments may point to just how trapped she feels. She's been making controversial statements about lesbian marriages, and many, in the LGBTQ+ community were left confused and upset. But some fans are now wondering if those comments were really about her own struggles with Judy. Maybe Brat is projecting her pain, questioning love itself because the relationship she thought was solid has allegedly been filled with control and mistreatment. But that's not all. On top of everything else, rumors are swirling that Judy hasn't exactly been faithful. Whispers suggest she might be seeing men on the side, raising questions about her own sexuality and leaving Brat feeling blindsided. For someone already dealing with alleged financial manipulation and violence, this would add a whole new layer of heartbreak. Imagine questioning not only your partner's loyalty but also whether they're even being honest about their identity. For Brat, it must feel like standing in the middle of a storm with no shelter in sight. And then, of course, there's the baby. Their son True is just a little over a year old, and this mess suddenly feels even heavier with a child involved. Raising a baby is hard enough under normal circumstances, but imagine doing it while dealing with financial control, allegations of violence, and cheating rumors. The stakes are higher now. It's not just about Brat's well-being, it's about the safety and stability of her child. Fans are asking hard questions. Is Brat okay? Is she staying silent because she feels trapped? Is Lissaray exposing the truth to protect her sister? Or is there more to the story? And what about Judy if these allegations are true? How much longer can she keep up the polished social media image before the cracks show? What we do know is this: money and power can twist even the strongest relationships. They can turn love into control, generosity into leverage, and support into a trap. And if what Lissaray says is true, Brat might be living a nightmare behind the smiles and matching outfits. It's a reminder for all of us that what we see online isn't always real. Those perfect pictures might be hiding pain, those flashy gifts might be covering control, and those smiles might be masks for survival. Right now, fans can only speculate. But one thing is certain: the story of Brat and Judy has taken a dark turn, and the world is watching to see what happens next.
Awesome. I love being a part of BET. It's been so many years since I've been here, and I'm very happy to be here to represent, because I've been representing for years.
Things have taken a shocking turn in the story of Brat and her wife Judy, and the more you hear about it, the messier it gets. What was once being celebrated as a modern miracle of love and family has now turned into a nightmare that seems to get darker every day. Their son, True, was born through IVF using Judy's egg and an anonymous sperm donor, while Brat carried the baby and gave birth through surrogacy. On paper, it looked like a beautiful arrangement to women in love, starting a family together, making history, and inspiring others. But fast forward to now, and that same miracle has become the centerpiece of a bitter split that has fans glued to every update. Word on the streets is that Brat is seeking primary custody of baby True, and that's where this whole situation gets complicated. On one hand, Brat carried the baby and gave birth. On the other hand, Judy has the biological tie, since True came from her egg. That alone makes this custody fight unlike anything we've ever seen. It's not just about who raised the child or who provides for him, it's about biology, legal rights, and emotional bonds all colliding in a courtroom. And if that wasn't enough, rumors are flying that Brat and Judy might not even be legally married. Can you imagine? All those headlines about their fairy tale wedding, all those photos of them walking down the aisle, and now whispers that it might have only been a commitment ceremony, not a legally binding marriage. If that turns out to be true, it changes everything about this custody case. Now, let's talk about why Brat is allegedly pushing for primary custody. You already know the tea that's been spilling about Judy's alleged mistreatment and manipulation. Lissaray, Brat's sister, came out swinging with claims that Judy was not the sweet, supportive wife we all thought she was. Instead, Lisa accused her of controlling Brat financially and even putting her hands on her behind closed doors. If even half of that is true, it's no wonder Brat wants to protect True from being raised in that type of environment. But here's the hard part: proving it in court. Allegations are one thing, but judges deal in evidence. Without receipts, it becomes Judy's word against Brat's, and that could drag out for years. And don't forget about those cheating rumors. Brat's been hinting that Judy has an interest in men, despite being married to her. If Brat can bring proof that Judy was unfaithful, especially with men, it could be a game changer in the custody fight. The court might question Judy's stability, loyalty, and even her intentions in the marriage. But let's not lose sight of what's most important here, baby True. This little boy didn't ask for any of this. 1 minute, he's being held by both his moms, surrounded by love and attention, and the next, he's in the middle of a war zone. It's heartbreaking to think about what this custody battle might do to him, not just now but years down the line when he's old enough to Google his own name and see his entire family drama splashed across the internet. Imagine growing up, finding out your parents fought over you in public, that your birth story, your custody case, and your mom's accusations were all used as tabloid fodder. That's some heavy baggage for any child to carry. And honestly, if this fight really goes to court, it's going to be one of the most explosive celebrity custody cases we've ever seen. We're talking courtroom drama, reporters lining the steps, endless blog updates, and fans taking sides like it's a reality show. But at the heart of it all is a baby who deserves peace. Now, let's rewind for a minute and look at Judy's side of things. Some people are saying she had ulterior motives from the very beginning. We've all seen the Instagram photos, the couple's trips, the affectionate posts, but what if all that was just a front? What if Judy never truly loved Brat the way we thought she did? There are whispers that Judy saw Brat as her ticket to the big time, a way to boost her brand and tap into a whole new audience. Judy already had her kaleidoscope hair care empire, a company allegedly worth $40 million. But according to some insiders, she wanted more fame, more visibility, more clout. And what better way to get it than by linking up with one of hip-hop's most iconic women? Now, let's be real. Judy didn't exactly need Brat's money. She had her own coins. But what she may have wanted was Brat's reach, her fan base, her cultural influence, and her LGBTQ+ platform. By marrying Brat, she positioned herself as a household name in spaces she hadn't tapped before. If that's true, it paints her in a whole new light, not as a supportive partner, but as someone who calculated her moves for business gain. And then there are the skeletons. Judy's name has come up in connection with some questionable business practices in the past. We're talking lawsuits, shady deals, and allegations of scams. If those rumors have any truth, it makes you wonder, what kind of person Brat was really dealing with all along? The sad part is, Brat might not have seen any of this coming. To her, Judy was the woman who swept in when she was at her lowest. Remember, Brat had just gone through bankruptcy, and Judy came in like a savior. But now, it looks like that so-called lifeline might have been a chain, keeping Brat tied to someone who didn't have her best interest at heart. And can we just talk about how social media plays into all of this? Fans saw the couple smiling, laughing, and posting about love. But behind those photos may have been arguments, betrayal, and control. Social media is a highlight reel. It doesn't show the tears, the shouting matches, or the lonely nights. And now, here we are. Divorce papers allegedly filed, custody being fought over, and a family falling apart in front of millions. The road ahead looks anything but smooth. Judy, as the biological mother, has a strong legal standing. Brat, as the one who carried and delivered the baby, has an emotional claim that no one can ignore. The court will have to balance biology, intent, and what's in True's best interest. Meanwhile, the public will keep dissecting every post, every live video, every cryptic tweet. For Brat, the stakes couldn't be higher. She's not just fighting for custody, she's fighting for her dignity, her future, and her son's well-being. And with new music reportedly on the way, some people are already speculating whether this entire saga could double as a PR stunt to get her name buzzing again. But others say there's nothing fake about this is raw, real pain, and Brat's finally breaking free from a toxic cycle. Fans have been sounding off too, leaving comments like, Judy isn't ready for Brat when it comes to her baby. And Brat deserves better. Judy's a user. Some even point out that Judy has kids of her own but hasn't raised them, accusing her of focusing more on appearances than parenting. Whether those claims are fair or not, they've become part of the narrative, and in the court of public opinion, Judy is losing ground fast. At the end of the day, one thing is clear: this story isn't just about two women falling out of love. It's about power, control, family, and the lengths people will go to keep up appearances. Baby True is at the center of it all, and no matter how the custody case plays out, he's the one who will feel the effects for years to come. The truth is messy, the accusations are heavy, and the future is uncertain. But one thing's for sure, we'll all be watching every step of the way, waiting to see how this modern love story turned modern nightmare finally ends.